Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. This episode we're gonna do the west side of town. Because last episode we actually managed to complete everything interesting on the east side. So, goal is gonna be to get the waypoint here in the riverways. And then get ourselves to the western forest where we have a couple of interesting things to do. Most prominently among them, of course, being the echoes of Duelist, which is a prophecy that triggers that's tied to that area where we get to fight an echo of Duelist Dark Tongue. And I have done that battle before on my Frostbolt Shadow, and it was a pretty fun fight. It was a pretty hectic fight. So we'll see how it works out for us as the Lacerate. And while we're there, we're gonna do all the usual things that you normally do in the Western Forest. So getting the seal, getting the extra skill point from Vestal, having a firm chat with Alira. So she's not really gonna like it, I'll tell you that. Don't stand next to exploding things. And last but not least, of course, we're gonna have another firm chat with the Spider Queen, who, similarly to Alira, is not going to like that interaction, but hey, they got stuff we want. And in raid class, that means you just take it. Or they're called dead hands. Still funny just to see things exploding left and right. Very satisfying. I'm actually already looking forward to when we have our Merciless Ascendancy points, and we are drastically going to increase the chance of causing bleeding and doing even more damage against bleeding opponents. Will be hilarious. So in terms of skill points from the skill tree, after we complete the +1 to frenzy charges, which is the last thing for the goals I had set for this stage, then next on we're gonna focus on drastically expanding our defenses. So we're gonna go up in the tree towards the Scion, and we're gonna get the Scion life wheel, which will I think it's going to boost us to about 160% increased life, up from about 110 that we have now. So that's going to be pretty good. But that's going to be a pretty massive impact on our life total. Now, all things equal, that would probably push us to 3,500. But you don't run the Merciless Labyrinth at the level that you could do it. So in practice we'll likely be in our mapping gear and level 75 or something before we actually do it. So at that point, but I'm suddenly just crossing over some conversation topics, aren't I? We're not gonna do the labyrinth just yet. That was offensive. Defensive is just getting ourselves some more life, which that's gonna be the next 10 or so levels. Basically, before we start properly mapping, I want to have 160% or more increased life. We will get more armor, get more evasion, get some more resistances. See, that's where Duelist is gonna spawn, so let's do that first. Hello there. Echo of Duelist. Let's deal with the Alira's bodyguards as well. So, interestingly, she's not that. I was gonna say not that scary. Now the damage is slowly starting to ramp. Dark Tongue Risen, Dark Tongue Slave. Dark Tongue Arisen. what a difference a sturdy tank makes. Definitely something that a distinct difference between playing a caster and playing a meleeer is just how strong your tank is. Because I believe the Frostbolt character was dancing around and having the live play the yo-yo game. While here we were really in a comfort zone. So next up is going to be Alira. Well, actually next up is going to be a quick trip to town. Just to empty our pockets and get another prophecy. That's going to be Hunter's Lessons. Ooh, Headhunter. Slay a powerful foe and gain its powers. My luck indicates that it's probably going to be the last rare just before we exit the map. That's often how it goes. Awesome. Yeah, basically at this point our damage is really solid, so defenses is the thing I'm gonna focus on. So we're gonna increase the size of our life pool, and I think at least 4000 health with modest gear. By the time we reach the end of Merciless, I think it should be achievable. Just because we're getting a lot of bonuses from the skill tree, and we will be upgrading our gear as well, of course. Then, given the addition that we are currently running 4 endurance charges, we're gonna up it to 5 via Oak. That means increased physical damage reduction. That's gonna be extra elemental resist, physical resist, or curse, elemental weakness type curses. Gonna be rather useful. So that's a bit of extra defensiveness. And of course, a larger life pool means more passive life regen. As well as once we scale our damage further, we just gain more life steal, more life leech as well. And on top of everything, of course, we are stacking 2 defensive curses, Enfeeble and Temporal Change. And that is a very powerful combo as well. So things didn't really go the way I had expected them to go. So I kind of missed Alira's hideout. Ah, I veered off to the wrong side. So, exploding goats. Oh, Headhunter. Cool. Right, let's abuse that for Alira. No, actually, there are no rares here. Oh well, too bad. Kill you and use power charges. And as always, we're kind of slashing through. Next up, a spider lair. So that's probably going to be on the side of the map that we have explored the least. And yeah, there's a white tree indicating it's covered in spider webs. So this is indeed the correct direction. The Weaver Singer. So the Weaver, being a spider, has a pretty strong base in chaos damage. But for us, we don't really care because we are resisting it. I so like that. I so like that. Hello, energy shield. Tutor or do that. So one thing I have noticed, the frenzy chargers and endurance chargers, they aren't completely reliable to build up and to keep at current monster densities. If you get really dense monsters, then sure. But that's not always the case. And this totem that we have that's just murdering dozens of things, it actually works against us, it seems. At least that's how it feels. Because if the totem kills something, I don't think it counts as a main or offhand kill, it counts as a totem kill. And as a result, we don't gain charges, or we don't have a chance to gain charges. Ooh, this is interesting. So I've gotten into a habit of just trying to cast that totem whenever I'm in a battle in a full room or something. Now I probably have to untrain that myself and only put up the totem in situations where there's a boss fight or I'm getting overwhelmed and I just want to focus on the boss. Because I don't strictly need it. It is a damage boost, but not a necessary damage boost. Okay. Well, it's time for the ritual retreat of the Spider Queen, and then she's back. Now we just put that totem down and deal with getting surrounded. Maligaro Spike, and we have plenty of time to look for oak. Also plenty of time to put stuff in our stash. Let's see, Day of Sacrifice. You will slay a powerful Vow of Fallen who will drop a sacrifice at dawn fragment. Cool. Silk. I'll take that Desert Brigandine, thank you very much. It's on par with what I have, so much well ID it and see. Increased armor and evasion, also stun and block recovery. That sounds or looks like it's the combo. And then you can actually craft another increased armor and evasion thing on top, just like what I did with my gloves. I'm actually very curious to see how that goes. First up, we're gonna go back to Lionized Watch, get ourselves a skill point, and quickly check if my idea is indeed correct. If this is craftable, because that would make it a potential new armor, just because the base values can get really, really high. Downside is it's not 5 linked. Okay, so it already has a mod of this type, so it looks like the stun and block recovery is indeed already linked to something. It already has bonus armor, but you could still roll for bonus evasion. But this is not the good mod I was thinking it was. So this is just another armor to get rid of. Is it? Yeah, there's not enough resistances on it. The armor and evasion is reasonably solid, but it just doesn't have the resistances to make it usable at this point in the game. Time for the wetlands. We're also close to leveling, which is nice. Means we can spend yet another skill point to increase our defenses even further. So, next couple of skill points are going to be spent in the Marauder area, just to round things out there. There's a couple of interesting life regen nodes there, and some armor related nodes, just to boost that a bit. And after that we're going to go to the Scion for the actual life boost. Armour wants you to kill Oak. I don't want to kill Oak, so Armour can, well, do whatever. He can try to kill Oak himself. Doesn't look like someone capable of it. But I could be wrong. Could be that he's just masquerading as just a fragile old guy. Okay, some kind of rotting den. That means Tora is nearby. It's a habit well, finding them. Let's take the positive spin here. She finds those things often. Okay, just follow the upper wall, see if we can find ourselves a waypoint. Nope, looks like it's somewhere in the west. No, we're backtracking around, killing things, having fun. And generally forgetting to not summon the totem. The totem is really nice and useful. Hey, we actually did find the exit. Good. Tag the waypoint, that clears up some space in the inventory, which is always nice. Ooh, there's a damage reflect. That's an elemental damage reflect, yeah. We do elemental damage, just not a lot. And another skill point. So yeah, we did wrap that up. Oh, nice. So I want to grab Armor Mastery, increased armor, movement speed and life regen. And here 0.8% life regenerated per second. I'm gonna grab that one first because it's, nope, it just feels nice to complete that circle. And we're gonna go from 207 to 230. Not as massive an increase as I had expected. It's net 15% increased compared to what we had before. But I'm already stacking some life regen. I think we were already at about 4.5%. So it makes sense that we don't gain overly much. But in the end, all the bits help, and the more life regen you stack, the better you're able to deal with just overwhelming damage. And we are now at 5 endurance charges max. And looking for Tora, because we know where to go for her quest. Let's see, have we seen her? No. There you are. So we have some beasties to hunt for you, which is just over there. Nice and easy. Okay, lots of monsters. Ooh, bears. Let's just flask up a little bit, since they have a habit of hitting hard. That way, if you just reduce their impact, it's good. Ooh, okay, that's hard. Nice. It's okay. Nothing truly exciting. Dragon Scale is the previous tier. We're on Desert Brigandine. We might even be on something beyond that already, in terms of what can drop. But well, given that my armor is now in a pretty decent shape, I'm just gonna stick with what I've got until early Act 4, and then just revise or wait until we actually start running maps and pick up my endgame base items from there, or trade for them, or whatever. But we had a waypoint up there. And I think we might as well go down the stairs and cause the darkness. Everybody always likes the darkness, except for the people in town. They're a bunch of sun worshippers. Ooh, immortal spiders. Nah, just a totem somewhere. How many other allies cannot die? Things was that. Funny bit is though that once they go, they all go. Okay. Increase duration, that's good. Still 0.64 base duration for Immortal. But with 5 endurance charges, now it lasts 6 times this length. Why is this Sunday double? I'm slightly confused now. Or is that with the amount of endurance charges up that it actually updates its actual proper length? That would be neat. Also, note to self, stop casting totem when I don't strictly need it. Charges are more useful. Might actually be a change in the build that I will give up on the totem, put something else in. Just to not waste those charges. Or get more reliable ways of generating the charges. Blood Rage is a decent way to getting it. Gives you life degen in exchange for just 25% chance of gaining a frenzy charge whenever you kill something. You've got Enduring Cry, which, no, it's just a war cry that gives you endurance charges for just every X amount of enemies you attack, with a minimum of 1 of all the times if you affect at least one monster. So now switching some things around might be a better idea. Okay, I'm just not hitting the totem, so I see your totem and I raise my own. That was funny. Hardcore totem on totem action. Totems are useful for getting to those harder to reach places, for helping you deal when you are surrounded. On the other hand, I got Vengeance, so if they hit me, Vengeance hits back. Well, if they had hit me, I mean, Enfeeble does make it a lot harder for them to actually hit me. On top of that, there is the evasion factor. Blocking does count as getting hit, even though it prevents all damage. But I think Vengeance might trigger on that. The same for Riposte, which, thanks to the magic of Melee Splash, also does AoE attacks. And we have a Haku here. Really is Master Central today. Not complaining, it's always good to do quests for masters, increase their level and make them better, because in the end they are part of the crafting experience of this game. Therefore an important part of this game. I see spiders in my future. Okay, find the spirit and get it out. So we don't have any means to increase our speed on the way back. So it's going to be a bit of a slow walk if this is a timed one. But I think you usually have enough time to go back, even if you don't have a Quicksilver Flask. It just makes it easier. Especially if you're used to using things like Whirling Blades to get in faster. Ah, there, you're standing behind me. Sneaky little spider. And there's the target. So what are we dealing with today? Ooh, something that hurts. Light rays. Okay, yeah, I want my totem. Also Golem, just to resurrect you a little bit. Can't be shocked. Okay, and we just walk back. Easy peasy. Whatever a peasy is. And we get some imaginary spiders in return now. Good. One step closer to level 6. Also, you're standing next to a chasm, just to double check the other side. Nothing truly interesting. Let's go for the totem first. Another totem here. Well, that is the nice thing of a reasonably strong sustain tank. You can just wade through enemies, ignore most of them and just go for the tactical objectives. So that's gonna be immortal, well, it's gonna be totems in general, not just the immortal ones. It's gonna be the yellows, it's gonna be the blues. and everything else will generally get killed as a side effect, or you can just ignore them and mop up afterwards. And because we have a rather strong focus on AoE, most of them will get caught in the crossfire, the less tough monsters. And we can just focus on picking up all the loot we find. Yeah, I think a focus on Blood Rage, maybe some Enduring Cry, might not be a bad idea. At least as an experiment to see how it works out, and as a more reliable means of generating the charges. Oh, purple, corrupt the bloodlines, let's corrupt the blood. 6 stacks, that is draining us, and then we catch up. Well, now I think the higher level you are, the more it drains, or would it be a percentage-based fixed amount, or a percentage-based amount? That would be the most scalable solution. Now, honestly, ooh, wow, Exalt in here, cool. First Exalt of the league. Situations like this where you get completely surrounded, it's nice to have the totem. But that Exalt opens up trading opportunities, which is cool. Feral Lord 2, who will destroy the Feral Lord's beast. That's one beast, that's good. We can hunt for a beast. Does mean we have to take a... let's cover every bit of the map kind of approach to this, rather than just following the edges of the map. Chromatic Orb. On the other hand, you might actually see something more of this level than normal. Because most of the time this is, now you treat it as a ledge. You just walk by the water on the way to the waypoint to just grab it for completion's sake. Oh, Flame Hellions, you don't belong here. Are you accompanying a boss perchance? Be nice. Okay, I don't think they are. Another not dead end. Spiders, Devourer. Just a regular bringer of weakness. We are straying rather far from the coast. Not quite my intention. Change port. The coast is always easy to find, and it's rather consistent, while this is not. Okay, so Dread Thicket is a different level. That means we don't have to go there. So my expectation is that the boss that we're looking for is gonna be somewhere in the inner area, which is why I'm focusing on this rather than next to the coast. You never quite know. Okay, so we did find a coast here now, which means it's a good point to just do a little bit of backtracking and fill in the blanks. Fist Reflect here. Okay, change that to past tense. Past tense, there was a Fist Reflect here. Ooh, hello there, Unique. Or no, not unique, a rare, just a rare. Rare devourer. Siege axe, let's empty our pockets quickly. Put everything in the stash and then hunt a little bit more. But as you can see, once you get a bit further into Merciless, that's where the real currency starts to stack up, and especially if you get a couple of lucky finds, it really goes quickly. Tilsinger, that's just a regular unique that always pops here. Collision plate, double 3-link. And there's the waypoint. Good, we grab that. That's also one of the things you want to backtrack for. Then we have the final bit. So we got the waypoint, we got Tilsinger, then the Feral Lord 2 boss is the only thing that's to be expected now between here and the exit. Hello there, Ickerface. Oh, blue. I think hexproof enemies are going to be the most interesting opponents to face because they don't get worn down by our curses at all. So far I think the dual curse combination has very much paid off in terms of defense ability. So on paper we should have a 35% chance to evade attacks. Practice, it feels like we are getting missed a lot more than 35% chance, than 35% of the time. Of course, we block about a quarter of the things as well. Yeah, 24% chance, so it all stacks. Hello there, Fizz Reflector. Might look bigger, but you don't reflect more. Okay. Hello, bossy boss, where are you? More spiders. There he is, Catharsis. Tartus. Or Cartus. Whatever, big bear. That was angry. Nice thingamajig. We killed it. So, next up is going to be the Prophecy for Feral Lord 3. I don't remember which it was. Might as well run all the way to the entrance of the next level. And then that's what we're gonna pick up next episode. So, once again, we made pretty decent progress. Defeated the Trader. We completed yet another prophecy. And we made it through. So, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.